all, I'd like you to give a very warm hand. Trust me, she needs it, because this is Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Give it up, because she didn't. All right. Oh, man, you might want to adjust that yourself. You know, it's all good. All right, so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to you in just a second, so if you want to sit over there, your moment will come. Wait in the wings, your moment to shine will arrive. Don't swaddle that Pope. Dear God, it's the 16th century. He's been dead for 400 years. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, a little thing here. Does anyone remember the name of the father of Elizabeth I?
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII. Thank you. Exactly. You had like a 1 in 8 chance of getting that one correct. Those of you are like, Henry... All right, now does anyone remember what Henry VIII did to his first wife? You sick bastards! Oh my God! Okay, no, let me clear this up. I happen to be part English, and I won't tell you which part either, but I happen to know that Henry VIII did not kill his first wife. He did what any sane person, he did what any sane person would do when he started his own religion to divorce her, and then he killed the second one. Like a normal person. Dear God! Alright, so here's the deal though, ladies and gentlemen. So, Queen Elizabeth I, she is of course the daughter of the second wife of Henry VIII, which was? There you go. All right, now, there's some weird shit going on up in here. Does anyone remember what happened in 1559, baby? Come on, Beardo, you got it? All right, there we go. All right, 1559, Liz is like, fuck this, I'm not getting screwed, so I'm going to make myself the Pope of the Church of England. So, here's what you're going to do. Are you ready? You ready? You ready? Where's the fucking Pope? Get that hat, baby, get it, get it. Go, come on, come on. Get it like you want it. All right, clap her on. No, I said the hat, not the Pope. Do you have any idea how moldy she is by now? Dear God. Also, can I see that real quick? It's not that easy. You can't just walk right up and take a hat and be Pope, I would think. That's because she's dead. Here, for God's sake, take that. Now, back to your place, thank you very much. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. It was not that easy because though Elizabeth wanted to make herself the Lady Pope of the Church of England, England had seen how that sort of thing went down before. I mean, frankly, I thought it went down rather well, but that's only my opinion. However, here's the deal. The House of Lords, in one collective voice, and it's going to be all of you, said in their snootiest British accents, no. Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Exactly right, ladies and gentlemen, because the House of Lords were Catholic, and they did not want a lady Pope. Sorry. They're assholes too in the Church of England. So, now here's the deal. She's got some trouble, all right? She's holding onto the crown by a thread. Now, here's the deal. She is the heir of Henry VIII. She's also the heir of Catherine of Aragon. Now, here's the problem. You recognize the Church of England as a legitimate church? Hey, that first divorce, no problem. That second marriage, all totally fine. That means she is a legitimate heir, and that crown is staying on that bitch's head. However, if you don't acknowledge that shit, she's in fact illegitimate, which makes her a bastard.
You bastard!
And there's the payoff, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. All right, that was all for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Excellent. Indy, you want to try it again? You want to try it? All right, so if you were legitimate, you would be a...
Bastard.
Bastard. Isn't it awesome that you can make them do that? I love it. It's very, very fun. Just try it at home. All right, so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. She has got a problem, and that problem is wearing a teal dress. Or turquoise, or I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's very nice. Come on over here. So I would like to welcome to the stage the very sexy, the very Scottish, Mary, Queen of Scots! Alright, so here's the thing. Mary, Queen of Scots, the cousin of Queen Elizabeth. Now she's decided, I don't really want to be Queen of Scotland, because fuck that noise. I want to be the Queen of England. That's right. So, but, you know, awfully grabby up in here, lass. Awfully grabby. I like that, but she's your cousin, so watch it. It's not Ireland, remember. Alright. Actually, that would be more of a Wales thing, but okay, now. Here's the deal. In order to try to secure your legacy as a royal, you're going to marry someone of royal blood. You, get your butt up here. I told you I had something planned for you, lad. Come on, baby. That's great. So, first of all, indeed, someday your prince will come. Who's up my nuts. There we go. All right, so here's the deal. She rides off to France. Happy you, baby. She rides to France. There you go. And you're going to go to him. I love how she's trying to escape. She's like... Nice try, baby. All right, so... First of all, she marries the very not creatively named Francis II of France. This is a problem. You are significantly too tall for this. You're going to have to get a little bit lower to the ground, buddy. There we go. All right. So go ahead and hold his hand. Aww. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Francis II, he was twee. And he was wee. And he died at 16. Go. No, you're very dead. Oh, there we go. Leaving her a very sexually frustrated queen. All right, so here's the deal. Now, here's the problem. She cannot just remain the Queen of France because she was the Queen Consort of France, which means that she was the Queen as long as she was canoodling with the King. But the second that the King was tets up, she was out on her ass, which means, Mary, Queen of Scots, you gotta ride back to Scotland. And we'll say this is Scotland. There you go. We'll call this Scotland. It's suspension of disbelief kind of thing, baby. We don't have a lot of situations here. It's not a scenery thing. Yeah, I know. You were going way out. All right. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. When she gets back to Scotland, she decides, fuck it, I'm just going to marry somebody else. And so she marries a dude who looks kind of like the previous dead guy, only taller. And so... Watch my nuts. I would like to welcome to the stage the very impressive, the very tall, the very Scottish Lord Darnley. Halloween. We celebrate like men. All right, so here's what happens. All right, first of all, they embrace. Second of all, they kiss. Third of all, they wed. And fourth of all, they make love like sea otters on the floor of the theater. I tried. It's gonna happen sometime. I'll tell you something. All right, so here's the deal. Embrace canoodling. There you go. And pretend to be into it. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may be under the apprehension that nothing could sashay its way between these two lovebirds, but sashay a villain did. And in order to present this, I'm going to need a villain, a damnable villain, and I think you're just the man to sashay into this drama.
You're just not here.
Oh,
rather than quick.
Oh, indeed. All right, you have a little sip of that, lad.
Priorities.
And I'd take a bigger sip of that if I were you. Oh, you could just bring it with you. All right, here it goes. At this point, everyone gets a horse. You get a horse, and you get a horse, and you get a horse. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you don't need to watch my nuts, but you need to watch his pint. All right, here's the deal. So, what I need you to do, David Rizzio, is I need you to sashay between the happy couple. Go. Get your hips into it.
What's the sashay?
Sway. Oh my God! There you go. Loosen yourself up there. That's right, lad. Oh, a little shimmy. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, let me tell you, this one's got, he's got some very good instincts, ladies and gentlemen. Because not only was that some impressive hip work, but he also knew exactly who to sashay towards. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me make one point perfectly clear. Despite the fact that Mr. David Rizzio happened to be the private secretary of Mary Queen of Scots, let's just say he'd gotten rather accustomed to taking dictation from Lord Darnley. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there we go. We're men in tights, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I went for that one. That made no sense. But anyway, you went with me on it, so there you go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here is what happened. There was a lot of buggering going on here. As a matter of fact, eventually the Scottish aristocracy took a look at these two buggering bastards and said, "Hey, boys!" Collectively, they all yelled out, "Oi, too much buggering!" To which these two gentlemen said, "Actually, just the right amount of buggering as far as we're concerned." And then, of course, course, they were reminded by the Scottish aristocracy exactly what they would lose if they continued buggering, to which he said, "Oh, that buggering, oh my, well, I apologize. That was entirely a misunderstanding. You see, I thought he was a traitor, and I attempted to stab him, but I accidentally used my penis. I'll do this better next time." All right, so here's the deal. Darnley, arm yourself. Just remember, it's not the size, it's how you use it. All right, now, here we're going to perform the death of David Rizzio. So Mary Queen of Scots, come on over here. All right, indeed, you're going to get between them right there.
The knife?
No, between the buggers. There we go, you have to let go. Let go! Dear God, apparently you're going home with him now.
I'll take what I can get.
There we go. Now, one night, Lord Darnley, the mean bastard buggerer, came barging his way into his wife's boudoir. Now, Mary Queen of Scots was inexplicably quite pregnant at the time, and despite all of this, she tried to protect her friend David Rizzio, and her husband stabbed his lover Rizzio over her body 56 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 56! There we go. And you're dead. Ah! Very good. Ah! Just remember, mostly dead is slightly alive. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you would think that this death would bring the happy couple back together. No, not so fast. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it was discovered that Lord Darnley felt that he needed to escape to recover from his fever, and by fever I mean syphilis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he decided to leave, and he took with him his lover, I mean valet. And the lover, I mean valet, looked a lot like the dead guy. Get your ass up here. Come on. He's not dead yet. All right. So, the two of them galloped off into the sunset to a cottage on the outskirts of Edinburgh. It was an Airbnb. It was lovely. They did a lot of antiquing. It was gorgeous. I had the strangest dream, and you were there, and you... And some of it wasn't very nice, but some of it was beautiful. And oh, there's no place like home, Toto. Jesus Christ, what the hell just happened there? All right, very good. I don't want to know who's who in this scenario, but they're off in Scotland, and by the way, that syphilis thing, watch out for those. It's the second to the last thing to go. I'm not going to tell you the first thing to go. You'll find out on your own. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they are in their cottage. You need to get a little bit closer than that. There we go. Now, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, death came to the... Wow. All right. I like the cut of your jib here, buddy. All right. So believe it or not, that is a fair assessment of the situation. All right. So death came from above, and believe it or not, in the 16th century, I'm going to need the audio and assistance of the entire audience. Death came from above in the form of a Scottish bomb. And the buggering bastards were blown to bits. Actually, no. The bodies were found, and the buggering bodies were not blown to bits. As a matter of fact, they had not been bludgeoned, they had not been exploded. No, they had been strangled, which means murder was afoot. You guys get to be dead now. Go back to your seats. All right. So, there you go. Now, to make a long story short, too late. Come here, baby. Mary Queen of Scots married a third guy. He was the sexiest of all of them. I'm going to play it. His name is Earl You're welcome. Now, unfortunately, the Earl of Bothwell was eventually implicated in the death of the buggerers, which means you were implicated in the death of the buggerers, which is bad news for you, baby. Basically, Liz was getting really, really sexually frustrated up here. These are the sexually frustrated queens. Those are not. Just to clarify. So, there's a lot of tension going on up here. And basically what happened was this. You decided you were going to lock her ass in the tower, so go ahead and lock her up. Come on, lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. The more things change, the more things stay the same. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it would seem that Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen, was the victor of this story, right? No, not even close, ladies and gentlemen. For 19 years, she kept Mary, Queen of Scots, in captivity. 5 years, nothing. She did nothing. 10 years, nothing. 15, nothing. 19 years in, she discovered Mary, Queen of Scots' emails. I'm only kind of fucking with you. Seriously, allegedly they found a whole cache of secret letters written in code from the tower to some guy plotting her death. They found it on a laptop in Jersey. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. But basically it was bullshit. However, you finally decided your moment had come. You want to get rid of her, you want to get rid of her claim to the throne, so you've been saving up for this your entire life. You suddenly said to your cousin, Mary Queen of Scots, in your best Queen of Hearts voice, you know where this is going, baby, the one line that everybody knows, and she decreed...
Off with her head!
Wow, guys, way to step on her big moment there. Queen Elizabeth, and only Queen Elizabeth, decreed...
Off with her head!
Hey! Alright, so, from your watching chamber, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, the time has come for Mary Queen of Scots to come forward, and my dear, I'm afraid it's time for you to assume the position. Notice I didn't even have to tell her this. Oh no, but I swear I've never done it before. It was only because I was in Scotland, I'd been drinking, I didn't know what I was doing. Whatever happened, I mean, goodness gracious, I didn't think it would count. Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. Alright, so here's the deal. Your head's coming off, baby. Now, in order to present this historically accurately, I'm going to show you exactly how they would have done it. Now, for those of you who are expecting something modern in the way of a guillotine, I'm going to tell you we don't need that fucking shit up in here. No one's going to be talking about guillotines in the 21st century for crying out loud, are they? Really? I figured at least you'd get that one. Alright, so here's the deal. We're doing it old school, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself back in your place. The head's coming off. Here, hold on to that, Lizzie. Alright, now, in case any of you are wondering about this, if you're afraid that it's going to be gory or it's going to be painful, I do it all the time, and she won't feel a thing. Alright, here we go. I mean, if you can hang on to it in a minute, that'll be fine. Alright, let me have this. Alright, so originally she comes out and she's wearing some virginal shit, and then she says some virginal margarita shit, and I don't remember because I'd cut it because it was boring. Now, eventually what did happen, though, is she threw off original shit and she was wearing this slutty red thing. I don't know, it was some sort of Scottish Catholic point she was trying to make. It was not nearly as sheer as this, but it's my show, I get to have some fun too. Alright, so, here's the deal. We're about to take your head off using modern techniques. Alright, we're ready for this one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Excellent, so, alright. I mean, you already know what's coming. Here, hold on a second. Oh my God! Dear God. There you go.
Thank you.
I feel like it's sort of a Karate Kid look, but that's okay. We're fine with this. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this old school. Give me a nice solid drum roll, please, and our heads coming up. 1, 2, 3, and 4! And he nicked her ear and she cursed like the devil. That would be your line, baby.
Okay. Like any blind, shit.
Now that's one I've never gotten before. Alright. We're gonna try that one more time. Please. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, and he nicked her ear again and she cursed again. Alright, very good. You were doing fantastic, darling. It was your birthday. Excuse me, you're not done yet. No, yes. Alright, and finally it was like, screw this noise. We're gonna saw the bitch's head off. So, 3, 2, 1, cut thumb. And of course, in true dramatical Scottish fashion, he reached down and pulled up the head. Oh shit! Oh shit! We got a leader up in here. Now, of course, the problem is that the Mary Queen of Scots had gotten quite strange in her convalescence in the tower. Her hair had gone quite grey. She'd gotten quite vain. Now, she was wearing a wig, unbeknownst to the headsman. So he reached down, he grabbed the wig comes up, the head goes out! Oh! Oh! There we go. It's not every night at the theater you get head for free. You can even have the wig. Enjoy it. There you go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you might think that the story is over, but you'd be wrong. You're still dead. All right. Indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, cousin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the body is sitting there with no head spurting about, and suddenly from underneath her skirts there was a wee rustling. So please perform the rustling. Wow, it's like autumn leaves up in here. And all of a sudden, 3, 2, 1, hopla! Out from her lap came Yippee the royal lapdog! lap all the way up to the very end. Now, unfortunately, the wee lad did not know his way around a beheading. So as soon as the corpse of his lady got a little bit lighter, he came out to investigate. Now, the little bugger was not familiar with what that red substance on the floor happened to be, so he traipsed his wee little paws through it and made a nice little Jackson Pollock all around her corpse, finally landing in the lap of the beheaded queen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have one thing to say to you. If any of you happen to see the movie of Mary Queen of Scots a few years ago with Saoirse Ronan in the title role, I can tell you one thing for fucking sure. They didn't show you that shit, did they? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, fuck Hollywood, they got nothing on me. And thus died in 2 pieces, plus a dog, Mary Queen of Scots! Indeed, very good. So it would appear that Liz was the victor in this entire drama. I would point out 2 things. First of all, not all the virgins, she screwed everything. And also, Queen Elizabeth, queen for 2,000 years. Give it up for her. All right, there you go. There you go. Oh, frolic. You can keep that. That's yours, baby. Hey, deadbeats. Hey, deadbeats. Guess what phase we're on to now? Indeed, which comes after 3.
can turn that
We're also
off.